Cybernet with me, Catherine Fox. Today we'll race with SpongeBob, explore a fantastic universe, ride some speedy cars, and save a strange world. Always astounding, it's Cybernet! We kick off the show with one of the goofiest and most beloved cartoon characters around. An underwater adventure beckons as SpongeBob SquarePants returns to consoles in Creature from the Krusty 2. In this action-adventure title, you'll join SpongeBob and the rest of his pals from Bikini Bottom as they journey through the mysterious land of dreams. Once you enter their sleeping minds, you must navigate fantastical new worlds and confront danger at every turn if you want to survive until morning. You start into a high-octane race car. The goal is to speed through a chrome and smoke-filled track, whilst tricky boxes are the competition because the other racers are constantly trying to take you out of the running. For good.
I'm the fastest starfish alive!
Along with racing, there are plenty of other types of gameplay. You can become Starfish Man in comic book-styled platforming levels. Later on, you'll take control of the mischievous Patrick, who must guide a rocket through a meteor shower in outer space. There's even a nightmare sequence where you're chased by a giant man-eating hamburger.
Chased by the very patty that I hope to catch.
The level design here shines and presents a brand new interpretation of the familiar locations of Bikini Bottom. Additionally, the gorgeous graphics closely resemble the colourful cartoon, and the smooth character animations are hilarious. These quirky creatures really get to show off their unique personalities. Overall, this game puts a new spin on the SpongeBob series, following several fun but similar adventures. The different modes of gameplay and clever writing provide fun for kids and adults alike. So if you're looking for something completely different, don't be afraid to check out the Creature from the Krusty Krab. Are you having trouble taking out the big bad guys in Mortal Kombat Armageddon for the Xbox? Well, we've got a cheat that should help you climb all the way to the top. Enter the crypt and input the following code: Y, X, left, right trigger, and left. Congratulations, you've just unlocked Blaze, the final boss. He's tough and unrelenting, but now nothing can stand in your way. It's just you and him, so finish off this monster for good. In the distant future, Earth has been ravaged by an evil alien race, and you're the only one who can save the day in Sigma Star Saga for the Game Boy Advance. In this shooter role-playing game, you assume the role of Ian Wrecker, a pilot chosen to infiltrate the sinister Krill race and bring peace back to Earth. The action here is split between top-down 2D exploration sequences and side-scrolling spaceship shootouts. Instead of standard RPG turn-based battles, you wage war in heated space battles with enemy gunships. Along the way, you can upgrade your ship by collecting various gun data chips, which can be mixed and matched to create an even more powerful weapon. Graphically, the ships and characters are richly designed and give the game a classic 16-bit feel. Also, the animations are solid, especially during the RPG exploring stages. The only notable drawback is a few repetitive action sequences. With plenty of exciting action and innovative gameplay, Sigma Star Saga is one journey we'd like to see continue. Up next, we have thrilling preview footage of a popular cartoon series making its video game debut. Let's get ready to rumble, because the Avatar gang is here in The Last Airbender, bringing high-flying action to the PC, GameCube, Xbox, and PlayStation 2. In this action-adventure, you'll assume the role of Aang, a boy who must fight to restore peace to the war-torn Avatar nations. You'll assemble a team of martial arts masters, travel through massive 3D environments, and pummel ruthless enemies at every turn. Also, the game lets you utilize fully customizable bending powers by mastering the 4 elements of fire, water, air, and earth. All the characters from the crazy cartoon show will be here, along with brand new creatures created specifically for the game. With plenty more bone-crushing action to come, we'll see if Avatar: The Last Airbender can make the leap from the small screen to your console. Okay, let's crack open Cybernet's Top 10 All Format Games chart. At 10 is the fantastic football fun of FIFA 07, kicking onto the PC and all consoles. Punching into the 9th spot, it's crazy combat chaos with Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2 for the PS2. Use high-tech weaponry to achieve victory in Battlefield 2142, blasting onto your PC at 8. At 7, build a criminal empire in beautiful Miami with Starface: The World Is Yours for the PC, Xbox, and PS2. It's an alien invasion at 6 with the hilarious action of Destroy All Humans 2, wreaking havoc on the Xbox and PS2. Join a tough group of soldiers in a fight for the ages with the brutal action of Company of Heroes at 5 for the PC. Use cool pranks and brute strength to take over the roughest school around in Bully at 4 on the PlayStation 2. At 3, battle with over 60 classic comic heroes in Marvel Ultimate Alliance on the PC, Xbox 360 and PS2. Prepare for high-octane excitement with the reckless driving of Need for Speed Carbon at 2 for the PC and all consoles. But it's the over-the-top mayhem of Gears of War for the Xbox 360 that checks in as our all-format number 1. More than 6 years ago, the Phantasy Star series debuted on the Sega Dreamcast as the first console-based online role-playing game. Now the interstellar adventure has been updated in Phantasy Star Universe for the PC, Xbox 360 and PlayStation 2. In this action RPG, you control a young man named Ethan Weber, who lives in a futuristic world full of humanoid creatures and androids. When the evil Seed organization unleashes dangerous beasts, you must join an elite group called the Guardians and stop the outbreaks before it's too late. The single-player story mode contains more than 40 hours of offline quests for you to explore. You'll battle enemies in real-time combat, stringing together special attacks and using advanced weapons to create extra damage. Along the way, you'll be able to gain experience as well as new classes and battle skills. The most unique feature here is the network mode, which allows you to join other players online and complete missions together. After creating a unique persona, you receive your own personal bedroom where you can store and sell items. Then you'll have to venture out onto one of 3 planets and meet some new friends to complete your next quest. Whilst the network mode is exciting in theory, the execution is disappointing. The gameplay and environments are drab, and the meeting lobbies and mission setups are confusing. In addition, the voice chat rarely works properly, and the entire experience is plagued by slowdown issues. Worst of all, gamers have to pay a monthly fee out of pocket for this subpar service. Whilst this title deserves some credit for trying to do something different, the end result is quite a letdown. With a poor network, underwhelming graphics and repetitive gameplay, Phantasy Star Universe doesn't keep up with other similar online RPG titles. Sadly, this star doesn't shine very bright. Coming up, we speed through the city, fight with a war chief, and experience a Final Fantasy.
Join me, Adrian Dixon, and our roving reporter Jared Christmas for That Film Show, bringing you all the latest Hollywood news and reviews, plus fantastic competitions and interviews with the biggest stars in Tinseltown. It's the show The Stars Watch.
It's amazing.
It's great. I'm a big fan.
There's a lot in there.
Not everyone's a fan.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Anyway, if you're addicted to movies, then get your fix right here every week on That Film Show. Premieres every Wednesday night at 8:30 on Rapture TV.
Have you seen it yet?
When no one can stop the terror. You need someone you can count on. You need just speed. A paperback hero.
Characters in books like they're not real.
A living legend.
You're a Boy Scout! Refreshing, isn't it?
Jake Speed.
Wednesday night comedy at 9 on Rapture.
Get connected with Rapture Chat. For only 10 pence per minute, you can meet hundreds of people on the line now. Call 0871 550 0193 and get connected with Rapture Chat.
Beyond, the new magazine that explores strange phenomena and the supernatural. With expert writers and interviews, Beyond examines the truth behind the world's greatest mysteries. UFOs, the paranormal, secret societies, spirituality, and conspiracies. Beyond magazine, exploring the weird wide world of the paranormal.
Neo Magazine, the UK's only magazine for Japanese, Korean, Hong Kong anime, film and manga. All the best DVDs, games and books reviewed every issue. Plus exclusive interviews, features and competitions. Join the UK's biggest anime and manga forum at neomag.co.uk. Neo Magazine, available at WH Smith, HMV and all good newsagents. Or subscribe at www.neomag.co.uk.
360 Gamer, the UK's leading magazine for the Xbox 360. 132 pages packed with news, reviews and previews. Exclusive developer interviews, fully mapped games, cheats and tips, plus the 360 Gamer online disc with all the latest games footage. 360 Gamer, the UK's leading magazine for the Xbox 360. More value, more often. Available at WH Smith, HMV and all good newsagents. Get connected with Rapture Chat. For only 10 pence per minute, you can meet hundreds of people on the line now. Call 0871 550 0193 and get connected with Rapture Chat.
Let's roar into our second half with a legendary racing series. Electronic Arts has been thrilling fans for years with their Need for Speed franchise, and now they're at it again with the most recent edition dubbed Carbon for the PC and all consoles.
Yes, sir.
Along with the Midnight Club series, Need for Speed has literally defined the street racing genre. And Carbon retains all the trademarks that have made this franchise so successful, such as authentic real-world cars, flashy animations, and arcade excitement. As for what's new, let's find out what's under the hood in this latest edition. In the primary single-player mode, the goal is to take over the entire city by winning races held by rival gangs. Each time you take the checkered flag, you gain control over a section of the city. Along with simply trying to finish in first place, there are a slew of other modes including checkpoint, circuit and drift, which makes the controls extremely loose. At certain times you can also slow down your car for more effective turns. Whilst on the flip side, you can speed up with a nitrous oxide boost into your engine. The biggest new feature here is team-based racing, allowing you to give instructions to a specialized AI driver. Using a blocker, your buddy can run interference, whilst a scout can be directed to look ahead for shortcuts. Additionally, there are races that take place outside the city in Carbon Canyon. But for pure fun, nothing beats the crazy carnage when pesky police cars arrive on the scene. They tend to show up at the worst time and often cause you to lose a race. Carbon includes a total of 50 cars divided into 3 classes: Turner, American Muscle and Exotic. All can be upgraded and intricately customized, letting you design your dream ride. Besides looking different, these cars also drive differently, which adds a nice sense of realism. All look amazing, glistening with polish and high detail. Need for Speed Carbon is another winner with tight controls, sharp graphics and some cool crash effects. The only major drawback is that it fails to break new ground and feels far too familiar. However, some of the refinements are welcome, such as being able to direct a crew of drivers. Plus, there's been a big improvement to the online and multiplayer modes. So whilst portions of this game remain stuck in neutral, it still generates high-octane street racing excitement. Are you having trouble affording all the latest styles in Bratz Forever Diamonds on the PlayStation 2? Well, we've got a cheat that should add some weight in your wallet. Enter the following password into the Bratz office computer: F-L-A-U-N and T. Congratulations! You've just obtained 2,000 blings! Now you're sure to have the hottest looking outfits around. Stay tuned for more great cheats. Last year, Age of Empires 3 brought striking visuals and even more solid gameplay to the long-running series. And now another round of fighting has been unleashed in the new expansion, The War Chiefs, for the PC. In this real-time strategy, you have the choice to assume the 3 Native American tribes, including the Iroquois Confederacy and the Nation. There are over 15 missions to complete, and it's your goal to build your village from the ground up, eventually gaining control of the Americas. Once you select your tribe, it's time to start the campaign. Missions are designed in the standard build and destroy format. First you build a base, recruit an army, and then travel the land and defeat your rivals. However, there are many side quests to complete, such as saving prisoners. This time around, there are new features to spice up your campaign. Native American tribes can have their own war chief, who acts as a powerful explorer. You can send this warrior on missions to collect treasures and animals for food, as well as discover enemy bases. Also, you can build a fire pit, which can help generate strength bonuses for your army. There are a few excellent gameplay adjustments that create even more strategy. You can now risk it all and declare a revolution, turning your village into a powerful militia. However, if you fail to win your battles, you will lose all your home bases and production facilities. Also, you must maintain control of trading outposts at all times, so your rivals don't declare a monopoly on goods.
The Mohawk Town Center has been destroyed. Mission accomplished.
Graphically, the presentation retains the lively animations and environments that brought the series acclaim. Also, the voice talent is top-notch. Overwatch is a solid expansion to the series, offering enough new tribes, strategies and content to keep fans coming back for more. Our Game of the Week features one of the top role-playing games for the Xbox 360. Hang on for something special as Enchanted Arms, the first Japanese RPG made for the Microsoft console, blasts into your living room. In this traditional RPG, you'll play as Atsuma, an enchanter in training. You must transform yourself into a mighty savior to fight in a war that's been raging for 1,000 years. To succeed, you must master special fighting and magic skills while confronting growing challenges and increasingly powerful enemies. Luckily, you'll have some assistance from your trusted schoolmates. This title plays in a very familiar style. As you explore different terrain on a linear path, you'll randomly plunge into turn-based battles with beasts and villains. Each fight takes place on a grid system that forces you to strategically position your team of 4. Then you'll attack and inflict the most damage possible. The most interesting aspect here is your ability to collect golems, which are magical dolls. Created by humans and then infused with life, their purpose is to carry out various tasks. Each golem is unique, with some appearing cute and cuddly, whilst others are quite intimidating. By defeating these golems in battle, you gain the power to employ them in future battles, and since each one possesses different skills, this can definitely come in handy.
Help me!
As one might expect from a next-generation RPG, the graphics here are quite impressive. All of the environments are very well rendered, with the textures in particular looking ultra-realistic. The battle scenes are all flashy and attractive, and the character animations are some of the best we've seen on the 360 so far. For the most part, Enchanted Arms is a classic role-playing title that doesn't really offer anything new, besides being available on a next-gen console. However, whilst it lacks originality, it's a polished experience and has a captivating story. Fans of the genre will enjoy this quality RPG and our Game of the Week.
Fall from the left.
We close out our show with a new game from the creative minds behind the groundbreaking Final Fantasy franchise. It takes place in the universe established in the famous 7th edition of the series, and features quite a radical departure, as you're about to find out in Dirge of Cerberus for the PS2. This third-person adventure picks up following events seen in the direct-to-DVD movie Advent Children, which was also based on Final Fantasy VII. Here you'll play as Vincent Valentine and wage battle against a mysterious military organization known as Deep Ground. They're once again terrorizing innocent people, so it'll be up to you and your trusty gun Cerberus to restore peace. Unlike previous FF games, this one is primarily a shooter. You'll patrol the war-torn city and confront wave after wave of bad guys and mechanical monstrosities. To progress, simply decimate the enemy and pick up items to unlock gates and doors. The game uses a lock-on system for aiming, which makes targeting pretty easy. Adding some variety, there's a weapon customization feature for upgrading your firearms. These come in handy especially during the rail shooting levels. As a change of pace, there are also some stealth and escort missions where you must lead a helpless child past obstacles. If you do happen to get into a tussle and run out of ammunition, you can beat up bad guys with some well-placed kicks and punches. Or even better, you can transform into a ferocious beast. It's unfortunate this game is hampered by a slew of mechanical issues, including an erratic camera and incredibly weak AI. Enemies are mostly mindless and unresponsive, plus the mediocre graphics and bland backgrounds create a below-average visual experience. The level design is also very straightforward and surprisingly uncreative. One of the major highlights of any Final Fantasy game is the incredible cutscenes, and happily, the FMV here remains stellar. However, they're also too long and ruin the pace. Whilst we applaud Square Enix for trying something different, Dirge of Cerberus disappoints as a shooter. Aside from a few exciting battles, this game fails to impress and represents a step backwards. That's all the time we've got for now, game fans. Cybernet will be back soon though, with even more fantastic games and features from around the world. Don't forget to keep in touch via email. So until we meet again, here's more awesome adventures from Battlefield 2142. Compliments of Cybernet.